khutbah. Dia kata khutbah dia orang mana? Oh iya betul.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. Indeed, all thanks to Allah Azza wa Jalla. We seek refuge in Him, we seek His forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evil of our own selves and the evil of our actions, for indeed, whomsoever Allah Azza wa Jalla has guided to Islam, no one can misguide. And whomsoever Allah Azza wa Jalla misguides away from Islam, no one can guide. I stand before you and I bear witness that there is no deity, there is no Lord, there is no Ilah except Allah Azza wa Jalla. And I stand before you and I testify openly that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ibn Abdullah is the last and final messenger, seal of all prophethood. O you who believe, be God conscious of Allah as is His due, and do not die unless you are in the state of Islam. Be God conscious of a Lord who created you from one soul, and from that soul many men and many women. Be mindful of Allah, whose names you appeal to one another, and honor family ties. Indeed, Allah is ever over you, an observer. Last week, I stood before all of you speaking on the importance of dua and how there is no greater arsenal in the pocket of a believer except that of dua. And today, my khutbah will be an extension of what I had talked about previously, what I had talked about last week, because I had forgotten a very important point. I had missed a very important point. Because we know that life is a test, a series of ups and downs. That when we are going through the downs of life, the lows of life, we seek help, whether that be from Allah Azza wa Jal and or the people. That we seek help from Allah Azza wa Jal, waiting with patience through adversity until Allah Azza wa Jal relieves us from the stress, from the burden that we are in. That we call upon Allah Azza wa Jal, we beg Him, constantly making dua through adversity. But then, when the burden is lifted, when the struggle is lifted, we halt, we stop asking help from the people because we're not in need. And by extension, we stop asking Allah. We forget that true order is disorder. That nothing will be in the order that is in except by the mercy and miracle of Allah Azza wa Jalla. The angulation of the sun, the fact that you are breathing right now is a miracle. It is an order. The fact that your heart has been given another permission by Allah Azza wa Jalla to beat one more time. Order. By the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jalla. But being in a state of order or being in a state of ease does not mean that the test has been lifted. Because Allah Azza wa Jalla is telling us, وَنَبْلُوكُمْ بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ فِتْنَةً وَإِلَيْنَا تُرْجَعُونَ. That we will surely test you with good and evil as a trial. With good and evil as a trial. That to us will return to Him. That the test is not just about what you have done in the face of adversity. And that is to seek help in Allah Azza wa Jalla with patience and tawakkul. That you lose your job, you are going through the test of patience and tawakkul. That you lose a loved one, that you are going through a test of patience and tawakkul. That you have been just diagnosed with cancer, you are going through a test of patience and tawakkul. Asking Allah, begging Allah, But now when Allah Azza wa Jal has lifted that from your shoulders, when Allah Azza wa Jal has given you that job, has granted you that child, has given you success, has cured you from your illness, are you still calling to Allah? But why do I need to call to Allah? Because this is not a call of need, this is a call of gratitude. Because Allah has promised, إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا, that indeed with hardship is ease. With it, not after it. With it, when Allah sends a hardship to you, He sends with it the ease. It's one level of Iman to call on Allah in the face of adversity, but it's another level of Iman to call Allah in the times of ease and success. Because in the same way Allah has given you that struggle or taken it away from you, give it back. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he is telling us an authentic hadith by Abu Abbas, Abdullah ibn Abbas, تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء يعرفك في الشدة. That know Allah, remember Allah in the times of ease, He will remember you in the times of hardship. Calling on Allah on the times of hardship is easier than to call Him in the times of ease and success. Scholars have mentioned over and over and over, multiple times, that the test of patience is easier than the test of gratitude. Because it's easy to remember Allah when there's no one else to turn to, when you have no one else, when there's no one to hold your back, when there's no one to support you. It's easy. Turn to Allah, face Allah. But now, when Allah has relieved you from your affliction, has relieved you from the struggle, are you still calling? Are you still asking? Are you still begging? It's easy for one to forget the ni'mah, the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal that He has bestowed upon him or her. That the true test wasn't that I call Allah in the times of hardship, but the true test is also that I call Allah in the times of ease. If you think Allah continuously, or did we go back to our sinful acts and woe to those who turn back against Allah Azza wa Jal after He has given him or her and relieved him or her from their adversity. Because Allah Azza wa Jal, He tells us about those kind of people when He says, وَإِذَا مَسَّ الْإِنسَانَ الضُّرُّ دَعَانَا بِجَنبِهِ أَوْ قَاعِدًا أَوْ قَائِمًا. That when affliction touches humanity, when affliction touches a person, He calls upon us, the royal we, He calls upon us while lying on His side, while sitting, while standing. فَلَمَّا كَشَفْنَا عَنْهُ ضُرَّهُ. But when we removed his affliction from him, مَرَّ كَأَنْ لَمْ يَدْعُنَا إِلَى ضُرٍّ مَسَّهُ. That he continues, he passes on as if a trial had never afflicted him. Tafsir al-Tabari, he adds that he continued on his original path before the affliction had touched him. What does Allah respond? What is His response? What does He say at the end of this ayah? كَذَلِكَ زُيِّنَ لِلْمُسْرِفِينَ مَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. That this is how the misdeeds of the transgressors have been made appealing to them. Allah paints for us another picture, another parable of sailors in the Quran. That these sailors, they ship off into sea and they are happy and rejoiceful. The wind is blowing smoothly. Everything's okay. Everything's going great. Until all of a sudden a storm starts to come. Wind starts to pick up. Waves start to get bigger. They're being hit from all sides. Until they realize that this is it. That we're going to die. That we're going to perish. And so they decide to call upon Allah. When when they have no one else to turn to, saying, لَإِنْ أَنْجَيْتَنَا مِنْ هَذِهِ لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ. That if you save us, they're talking to Allah now, they're making dua, they're calling to Allah, that if you save us from this, we will surely be from the grateful. That's all they have to give. That they didn't be grateful, as if they're making a deal with Allah Azza wa Jalla. Save us from this, and we're going to be grateful. Seems like a pretty easy deal, right? فَلَمَّا أَنْجَاهُمْ. But when Allah had saved them, إِذَا هُمْ يَبَغُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ بِغَيْرِ الْحَقِّ. That at once they commit injustice in the earth outright. Ya ayyuhan nas. Allah's talking to all humanity now. Muslim, non-Muslim, Arab, non-Arab, white, black, yellow, all of humanity. Ya ayyuhan nas. O mankind. إِنَّمَا بَغْيُكُمْ عَلَى أَنفُسِكُمْ. That your transgression is only on yourselves. That the test of patience is easier than the test of gratitude. In the case of the sailors, it was Allah Azza wa Jal who had gave them the good wind. It was Allah Azza wa Jal who had given them the storm, and it was Allah Azza wa Jal who saved them from it. Now think of yourselves. Ask yourself, because you are either in the state of ease or you are in the state of hardship. Ask yourself, what test am I being put through? Am I calling on Allah in a time of need with patience, and or am I calling upon Allah in the time of ease with gratitude? أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Just a couple of quick announcements. The sisters' halaqah is between 2:30 and 3:30 p.m. And sisters' meet and greet is between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday. Again, 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. and between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays. The ICF is starting the food distribution from the food bank again here at the masjid, and if anyone is interested in the food bank, please fill out the form on the ICF website. Lastly, inshallah, please remember to fill your last year's Ramadan pledges, as this year's Ramadan is around the corner. Ramadan. Also, please donate generously, as the masjid runs on your generous donations. Jazakumullahu khairan. SubhanAllah, it's very interesting how we go through this establishment of a connection with Allah Azza wa Jalla, through adversity, through times of hardship, only to ruin this same relationship, this same connection that we had built through adversity by forgetting the ni'mah, the struggle that we went through. That we may even get so excited, so happy, so rejoiceful with the relievement of the struggle that we end up forgetting the ni'mah of Allah. Let us take the example of the people of paradise who, when that they finally reach paradise, when they finally reach Jannah, when all the trials and tribulations are finally gone, what do they say? What do they say once they finally reach paradise? وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ. That they say, all praise be to Allah. Think about it. They're now finally in paradise. No more affliction, no more adversity, no more problems, no more stress. وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ. They're calling upon Allah, thanking Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, if you please move up to make space for people in the crowd. So they finally make it to paradise and they call upon Allah. وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ. All praise. الَّذِي هَدَانَ لِهَذَا. To the one who has guided us to this. وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. And we would not have been guided to this if Allah had not guided us to it. The people of paradise, may Allah make us among them. May Allah make us among the people of paradise. Not only do they thank Allah in the ultimate success, in the ultimate time, but they are also not forgetting that they would not have been there. They would not have reached paradise without the help of Allah. If the inhabitants of Jannah are remembering Allah, are calling upon Allah, then there's nothing stopping me and you right here, right now. Listen to the advice of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ when he's telling Mu'adh, when he said, "Oh Mu'adh, Wallahi, I love you. By Allah, I love you." So do not forget to say after every salah, Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Oh Allah, enable me to remember you, to be grateful to you, and to worship you in the best of manner. Do not be someone who remembers Allah only when you need Him, but be someone who is continuously remembering Allah no matter the circumstance, whether it's good times or hard times. When Allah touches you with hardship, know that the test is there.
One of the brothers has a weapon on him. You need to make an announcement that nobody needs to carry any weapons in masjid, only off premises, only board members or allocated people. Security needs to have weapon or any device that could cause harm. Security. Call security. Okay.
When Allah touches you with hardship, know that the test is there. And when Allah touches you with ease, know that the test has never left. That perhaps a trial which brings you closer to Allah Azza wa Jalla is better for you than blessings which cause you to forget Him. That perhaps Allah will bring you a trial to you to bring you closer to Allah Azza wa Jalla, to bring you closer to Him, so that He may reward you and give you the ultimate reward. And what better example than our brothers and sisters in Palestine, who through adversity, through life and death, that on the brink of death, they are calling upon Allah Azza wa Jal, that they have full trust, full faith in Allah Azza wa Jal, saying with all trust, with all iman, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. And sufficient for us is Allah, and He is the best disposer of affairs. Ask Allah Azza wa Jal to enable us to remember Him in the times of ease and the times of hardship, to allow us to show patience in the times of adversity, and to allow us to show gratitude in the times of ease. I ask Allah to aid our brothers and sisters who are suffering all around the world, and to give us success in the trials and tribulations that He puts us through. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. استغفروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم واستغفروه يغفر لكم واتقوه يجعل لكم من أمركم مخرجا وأقيموا الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين
آمين.
سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده
ربنا ولك الحمد.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين
آمين.
هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مصفوفة وزرابي مبثوثة أفلا ينظرون